This is the How Is He podcast, a deep dive into Carlo soccer with Podge and Papa, proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. Let's kick it off.
Welcome to episode 49 of the How Is He podcast, joined as always by my co-host Paul Papadowling here in the fantastic Ampifi Studios right in the heart of Carlow Town. This week we will look at the results, fixtures. We've no Podge versus Papa. No Premier games
this week, yeah.
We also have a guest, strap in, a woman who played soccer and other sports for many years at local level, in the Wexford League and at county level. This woman turned to refereeing in 07-08 season and progressed through the FAI School of Excellence, becoming a FIFA Assistant Ref in 2011, which is a very prestigious honour for any official representing their country on an international level. She was also a regular League of Ireland ref in both men's and women's game, and was a part of the officiating team for the 2013 and 2021 FA Cup Final, as well as ref in the 2014 Women's FA Cup Final, but doesn't end there. She also was a part of the officiating team in the UEFA Women's Under-19s Final in 2012. She has done Champions League games, the Women's Euros in Holland in 2017, Men's Europa League, UEFA Men's Youth League Nations, World Cup qualifiers, University Games, Olympic Games, Women's Under-20 World Cup, 3 World Cups including 2 of the final games in 2019 and 2023. And she was also a part of the first ever all-women's officiating team in 2019 Supercup, where Liverpool played Chelsea. Massive welcome to the podcast, Michelle O'Neill. Michelle, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much for having me. And sometimes I go, was that me?
Yeah. Absolutely. Like,
well done for you for saying it, first of all.
Yeah, well, especially when you're harbouring a bit of an old cold or a flu, you know what I mean? It's difficult. Like, did you not bring the violin? No, told you to bring it.
I left it at home.
I suppose it's kind of easy measure when if that's a player, right, who's played in all them events. But people don't understand that the refereeing side of the world is also, do you know what I mean?
There's no game enough referee, is there?
Yeah.
But it's this is my path. Do you know what I mean? This is my journey in football. It's just as big as.
Yeah, we have a pathway, we have our goals, we have dreams.
Yeah.
And you know, I've been so grateful to see them happen in front of my eyes, and to have the goals but set out for them, and the very same as elite players.
Yeah.
You know, we have to set our standards. And we have to go through levels as well, and rankings, and we're also, what a lot of people probably wouldn't even understand is that we're being observed every single game, and then we have a point system every single game.
Yeah.
So, and then if you make a mistake, you know, one mistake is your career's over. It's as simple as that. So
that's how harsh it is, yeah.
That's how harsh it is at the top, yeah. You know, and
so the higher marks you get in a game, obviously, G going up another level now again.
Yeah, it's like you're maintaining the level. So you know, you're if you just say you know yourself, you've seen it, you've seen the referees make calls, and you have a decision there, and it's a goal, no goal. And if I say it's a goal and it was incorrect, and it was, you know, and the other team wins, I mean, that's a massive mistake on my behalf, and then I won't get another game then next week.
Is it you never get another game again, or
no? It's just
you have to
learning.
wait
You
a
have to
long
wait
period before you get another game.
But if you were in, just say like that's an individual game. But if you were in a tournament, so we go out the very same. We're the third team for a reason, and now FIFA, like I'm delighted they actually, because we walk out first, so we lead the team out onto the pitch. So we're actually the first team to enter the pitch. So now it's called FIFA Team 1. And
we'll go away.
Yeah.
One team is 2 and the away team is 3.
Yeah,
or
there you go.
Do
you know?
Shouldn't they?
Yeah, brilliant. I don't know about that.
The course is next week.
What do you mean you don't know about that?
I don't know about that. But you know what is it?
You know.
It's very funny there, right? And we'll do the results now in a second, and we'll get into the real questions. From a feedback space, they can tell you you're making a mistake without telling you you're making a mistake by giving you a Supercup Final one week, and the next week you're down reffing Ballylanty Rovers versus, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
9 Degree United.
Yeah.
Do you know, they can tell you without telling you.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know?
But you know yourself, I mean, because at that level, like, I come off the pitch and I'm already analysing myself. I'm already telling you what I did right and what I did wrong. Do you know?
Would you know that
is that a conversation you have with your team of 3?
Yeah.
Straight away at half
Straight
time,
away.
say first half.
Straight away, yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Or made a mistake there, I
Yeah,
think.
I mean, we're open conversation as well because we're all mic'd up. And we're already straight away given the decisions, our interpretation of the decisions towards the ref, and then the ref will make the final decision. It's up to the referee to get all the pieces of the puzzle and to come up with the final piece.
Yeah.
And make the final
And is it
decisions.
harsh or marked in regards of if you made a mistake and a goal comes over that shouldn't have come over?
Oh, yeah.
Towards, I should have booked that player and I didn't book him.
Yeah, I mean, so
do you know what I
basically,
mean?
if I make a decision that changes the outcome of the match,
Yeah.
I'm straight away. We start off at about 8.3, so as a given, I'm straight down to 7.9. And I will not recover from that. That's it. No matter how many, if I have 100 excellent decisions in a match, and the average decisions that we make in a match is over 200. So if I have
Is it?
yeah.
I would have never said that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So we make about that many decisions in a match because there's decisions made that you don't even notice. There's decisions.
Through the forum of conversation, things like that. They know, like he's like.
No, it's like just say there was a non-offside, so a player was and was not offside and they didn't become active and then they became active. That's a decision. That's a decision. So you have to interpret the offside
So
rule.
two a minute, right?
So that's 2 in a second. And then there's another player that interfered. Did he interfere? Did he not interfere? And then which player actually received the ball? So there's constant decisions every second that we're on the pitch.
Crazy.
We're tuned in, focused.
Where do you take technology? Does technology increase or decrease that?
So the VAR was brought in then, in 2018 for the World Cup.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because I actually loved VAR when I was working and operating it with it, because there was an instant feedback, so you could forget about what you had just made. You made a decision, it was check complete, you forgot about it and moved on. Whereas without VAR in all the League of Ireland games, you're making decisions and you have to try to not focus on that decision you made.
Is it because you still have doubt?
Because you might have doubt, yeah. So if you're not confident and you don't have the mental capacity to move on from that decision, park it and move on next one, because it'll happen in 3 seconds time. And if you don't have the capacity to be able to, move to the next one and make that decision and then the next one.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen it in the matches that a referee is, one decision, the next decision, and the referee lost the match already.
Yeah.
There's not too many referees go to the screen and not change their mind though, isn't there? No one rest for an on-field decision.
In the VAR.
And go and assess this on the monitor.
Yeah.
It's always... I watched Liverpool twice at the weekend.
Yeah.
There was 2 decisions he was asked to go. One over the Nunes tackle. It was a yellow card and they said this could be potentially a red, but they stuck with the yellow. Referee's on-field decision.
And that's brave too.
But the penalty, the third one, was the Southampton fella was going back towards the end line and he just nudges out his shoulder. It was given a corner. Sent to the monitor. No, change your point. Went to a penalty.
Cool.
So there's not... I watch other games as well, not just Liverpool ones, and most decisions are changed.
Yeah.
From the on-field decision, like say penalty decisions.
Yeah.
It's very, I'd say it's a ratio of, if for every 10 decisions, 8 of them are changed. I'd say it's very, very high anyway.
It would be, because you got to remember that the people behind VAR are all referees.
Yeah.
So they're all active
But to see it in
referees.
slow motion as well, Michelle, towards...
And they have...
You're looking at it in real
motion.
life,
Yeah.
where you can say, he actually did that.
Yeah.
I thought your man shoved him in the back.
Yeah.
It didn't look like a penalty
Yeah.
in the motion of the game, but when you see it, he stuck out his elbow here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of VAR, because I think you need referees to have the ability to make mistakes, because I actually think it adds to the game.
Yeah.
I think it brings a drama. I know VAR brings its own kind of drama or whatever, but I think when you have a referee, two lines,
It's a different drama,
two
on
lines,
pitch, isn't it?
Officials and referee making decisions.
Yeah.
It's a human decision,
Yeah.
and the game is human. It's not robotic.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for this week.
Thanks, Michelle.
That went deep early, didn't it?
Did you?
I
That's one statement and just
it's
we're
brilliant.
gone, we're off here.
Michelle,
That's
we do have questions for you. We'll do the results quick pop in the Premier on Sunday. A couple of big results. Vale Wanderers met Bagnestone 2-0.
Yeah.
Big win for Burn Celtic against Parkville, 1-0 Shane Duffy penalty. Critty Yard, massive win against the Walk.
It was up a part of it.
Talk to me.
New York had 2 good chances to score first. I think Kyle Foley got in and Luke Ram got in.
Okay.
Both of them kicked it wide, didn't work. Jeff, I don't think. And then Jamie Marr scored for Craig.
See the goal, yeah.
He went around the goalie very well.
Yeah.
Finished it very well. You can do Craig stood him up, but he went around Craig and squared it and passed it in the back of the net. Great finish. And then New York responded immediately within 5 minutes. I think it was I was actually on the end line and I thought that the ball went out from where the referee was standing, because the lines was on the far side of the field, but it was actually on the line that say the edge of the table, and the ball never went out. Dean Kelly crossed it in. But the problem was that I'm not sure who it was. It was beaten on the edge of the box in a 1-on-1 versus Ramo, and he squared it in, and Keane Cleary adjusted his body fantastically, and his bicycle kicked into the side or the top net.
Brilliant.
And then 1-1 at half time, and it was a scrappy affair, I think, after that, and I left with about 25 minutes to go, and then a friend of mine rang me to say that Critty Yard scored. Lee Salter come off the bench and got the winner. So it's a big result for Critty Yard. But
massive.
Like we said last week, they couldn't afford to drop any points. I think if Critty Yard are to win the league, they have to win every single game.
And hope that others fail. Yeah. Or drop points, I should say, not fail.
Yeah, but it's a big result. And
yeah,
they've just proven again that it's not an easy place.
It's great as a fan, isn't it?
It's not an easy place to go and get a result.
You bet 1-0?
Yeah, we did. Stop, man. We did the crossbar post 3 times.
Big win for Kilree,
4 off the line, missed penalty.
That's what you get for going against them every week in Podge versus Papa.
Oh, I was sure look. No. What do you do? Pick them every week.
Yeah, sure, look, it's called a bit of drama, Michelle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sells. Ballymurphy 2, Dolman 7, Castlerange, that's in Division 1. Division 2, Bottinglass 5, Castle 3, that was in Castle Rangers, North B4, Parkville 1. In Division 3, Nurney Villa 5, Hanover Harps B 2.
Was in the goal.
Was he?
No, he was in the goal, yeah.
Are you blaming him?
I didn't hear anything about the goal, so I don't know. But he shouldn't be playing the goal.
Dead rubber though, right?
Yeah.
Wolf Hill won the league.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're never too old.
You said it. Wolf Hill won that league with 2-0 win away at the Burn Celtic B. Congratulations, Wolf Hill.
Wearing their Curra Sports
Here's
jerseys.
the big one. Mill Celtic won, Donacarney won, Killester Donacarney won, Mill Celtic 4-2 on penalties, through to Leinster final. Congratulations to all in Mill. Yeah, brilliant. In the ladies junior seed, Vale Wanderers were bet by Thomastown 4-2. In the ladies league, Critty Yard 3, Nurney Villa 0, Parkville 4, Ballymurphy 0. On the Saturday, in the Youths Cup, Hanover 3, Burn Celtic 2. Many did he get?
I'm not sure. They were 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go.
Go away.
Burn were 2 up or half an hour to go, and they turned it around and won it, yeah.
Brilliant.
Then Critty Yard now, I think.
Critty won 5-2, against St Joseph's. In Division 2, Parkville 2, Ballymurphy 1. And this is the Cup as well. Bagnestown 4 and a Walk 0. Saturday night, Pat's Boys B 0, St Felix 4. Her Felix were very good. Pat's Battle Harbour Felix were excellent, I was told. Division 2, St Felix B 5, Dublin B 1. And then the big one Friday night was Collection versus St Pat's. I've watched it 3 times.
Big one with your team involved.
It was the only game on a Friday night. It's going to be the biggest game, isn't it?
On the Friday night?
Yeah.
Yeah, well then.
That's what I said.
You didn't say the Friday
night. Did you bring your red and yellow with you, Michelle? Did you? Because this dad is due a card there. No, it was. I watched it 3 times. Great game of football. I'll tell you my taking from it. Collection are a good side.
I got there for the second half.
Yeah.
I just walked in and Callum scored. Brilliant finish.
Goal of the year for me.
Yeah, it was a brilliant finish, and then a penalty. I think Lord was taken down. Lord scored it. But from the second half, Pats deserved to win the game. From what I seen in the second half.
At 2-2, Papa, we controlled the game, in my opinion, if we're looking at it back. But for the first 25-30 minutes, Collection could have been 3-0, 4-0 up.
Right, okay.
I thought the start of the game 150. I thought it's as good as I've seen Steed this year.
Right.
He was
excellent.
Did he? Yeah, he was excellent. No, the wingers got one. He came inside in his left foot, hit a lovely ball in the bottom corner. The Stafford, is it?
Yeah, American guy.
Yeah, great goal. But Steed was brilliant. Pat showed great resilience to come back, to be fair, and hang on. And Jamie made a couple of great saves in the goal as well to keep us in at 2-2. In relation to where we are, 5 games left, 4 win seasons as champions, right? That's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do.
You'll have a target in your head, I think, if you reach that.
Oh, so I think it's going to be a struggle, to be honest with the games we have left.
4 hard games, 5 hard games.
Yeah, not an easy. Michelle, That's
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome back.
I'm still here.
I want to start by apologising for Papa, Ori. He's
That's-
just
that's every week, isn't it, Pops?
Yeah, I'm only joking.
Leave the
Here's
cars
where we
on.
start. Where is the inspiration to become a referee?
Yeah, it's something that, it always appealed to me. It's a bit kind of, how do I say this? I was one of those players that was a thorn in the referee's side. So, always question them. But it was kind of like the willing to learn, well, if I find out why was that a tackle, or why was that a free kick, I wouldn't do it again then, or I'll try to anyway. So I always kind of was questioning the referee, but then we back in the day, we used to get the best of the referees, in the women's league, and I always said, well, I'd love to improve that.
Was there female referees or male?
No,
Male?
I never had any female referees back then.
Right.
In the Wexford League, and and then I was playing with it was before the Wexford youth. It was just called County Wexford,
Yeah.
So I was playing against a American college, and the referee on the day came over and said, are you serious about thinking about, doing referees, because the course is on next week? I think you should come. So I did, went along and did the course, a beginner's course, and then I said I wouldn't give up right now, because what if I don't like it? So I went into refereeing then, and I was an under 10s game, and then straight away at 2 under 12s, like in schoolboys.
Right.
And it was in Came, actually, in Wexford and Shelburne, and I remember coming off the pitch and loving it. Like it kind of like refereeing found me. That was it, because I was already thinking about hanging up the boots.
And was it a feeling of power that you're in total control, or what is it?
No, it was a feeling of, I was teaching the under 8s, and like they were
You're educating
8,
them as
10,
well, yeah.
and I was like, no, that's the throw in, they were doing it wrong or whatever, and I said, no, try it again.
I'd love to see referees
and they
helping
were like,
young lads.
You can't do that, ref. I was like, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I'm teaching them here. They have to learn, and this is the age group to do it. So I found like that I was kind of semi-coaching them as well at the same time, and teaching them the laws, because as the player I was always wanting to know. So if a player was like, did something wrong, I said, now, you know why that was a free kick? And they're like, no, I don't. And I'd calm them down and said, well, you came in with the shoulder or the elbow, or, you put your foot up this way in that angle, whatever. And I tell them what the kind of semi did wrong, if they were willing to listen.
Yeah.
And I just loved that man management, and it's called player management now, but back then it was in the schoolboys league, and I just felt like, geez, that's something I could do. I felt I could do this, and I'm still involved. My feet were still on the pitch, because I wanted to give up my playing career, because I was kind of had done everything I could do, and then all the younger crew were coming on, and I said, my feet were still on the pitch. I was still running, training. I was still involved in the game, but I had no impact injuries. Do you know, there was no that recovery time after training.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, geez, I could do this, And then I just said, right, I'm going to do this for a year in the schoolboys, and then I'd finally eventually give up playing in that year. But I was called up to the youths in Wexford League, and then I was called up to the junior league.
In the first season?
After the first season, yeah.
Right. And
then I was in, like they said, they threw me into a couple of the higher profile games. Well, if she lasts this one now, she'll
and were you refereeing it or lining?
Yeah, refereeing.
Oh, refereeing is
Started
good.
off refereeing.
Right.
Didn't do any lining. I did the very first year in 2008, I was involved in the under 10s cup final as an assistant referee. And I'll never forget it, because I was handed a flag and I went, what do you do with that?
You never got your coach.
We didn't have many assistant referees when you were
How'd
playing.
you cope with that?
So I just went off and I watched matches, and I studied what an assistant did. And I went and I read the chapter on the assistant referees chapter
Yeah.
over and over and looked at the signals and studied it on.
You pick it up very quick, though, I'd say, would you?
Yeah, and but like for an under-10s match, then I turned up and go, so which half was mine?
Yeah.
It was the full length of the half.
Yeah.
So, but like that was my very first year.
Yeah.
And ever since, like, I've been in a cup final or some kind of final or tournament final every single year in my refereeing career.
Is that something that in your, obviously you mightn't project this, but in your own mind when you start refereeing and it's clear you get the bug for it, are you that driven of a person that you're saying, well, I'm going to do this to the highest level?
Back then, no. I didn't see beyond the Wexford League.
Yeah.
So my goal back then was to get the Wexford League Cup final.
Okay.
To be, because that's all the highest I thought that I could go.
I get you.
Because as I said, I got into refereeing late in life. And normally the League of Ireland and FIFA, you have to be younger and they'll get you involved then.
Yeah.
But I just didn't see beyond that because I didn't see female referees beyond that. Do you know?
Is there a certain age you have to be at when you say young? Because we had a referee on here before and he said, I think I missed a cut. He's only took it up recently. He says he stopped playing soccer.
Yeah.
In regards of Carlo, he's a really good referee because he played the game and he was a very good player. But
well,
it depends on his age, how far he goes as well, doesn't it?
They get you in young because like you become FIFA at the age of 23 for assistant and 25 for a referee.
That's it, right, okay.
So they'll get you in at the age of 18 and then work you through all the ranks and get you seasoned in order to be ready for FIFA level. Yeah. But if you show how driven you are, you show you're willing to learn, to make mistakes and learn from them, and the fitness level is just top quality. And then your dedication, and you're training every single day, like you're sometimes twice a day. So there is a pathway there, but like I didn't see any females in Wexford League, and it was only when I got to League of Ireland, start watching the matches there was a couple of females there and I was like, oh, this is a pathway. Yeah. But, that wasn't why I got into refereeing. It was only when then I was called in 2009, so I'm only a season in. In 2009, I was called up for the School of Excellence.
Is that a conversation that someone reaches out? You like? Is that on the back of an application, or is it like?
Yeah, it's you're nominated.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But is it a blind assessment? Like, do you know the assessor is there? You've been told if someone come on to watch it, or is it like, is this a surprise guest? And you haven't a clue who it is. No, and then they come to you after the game and say, here's how you done.
Every game has an assessor, as much as possible, say in the Wexford League. Yeah. So I was probably, because of being a female in the sport, I was being assessed a lot more. You're kind of under a magnifying glass. So I've been in under a magnifying glass my whole career. So I, say, and don't pick this up the wrong way, but say if you made a mistake compared to me making a mistake, I'd be twice as hard for me to recover than for you. Do you know? Yeah. And that's the way it was. Do you know, you were really under a microscope, and so you couldn't make mistakes. Do you
think that's the same now for someone, say a female in ref? Do you think it's the same now?
No, not as much, because we've really paved the way.
Would you feel? I was going to ask you. Would you feel like that you're a trendsetter in relation to that? Like, is that something you'd be very proud of?
I would be, to be honest with you, and there's no ego about it. It's just there was a certain point in my career where, like there was as I said, there was females before me in the League of Ireland, and I was assistant referee then to them in FIFA, and they got up as far as the qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers and Euros, but no one ever went to a World Cup finals tournament, and no one ever went to the Olympics, no one ever went to Supercup. So there was a point in my career where I actually had the moment of, oh my God, I'm stepping out into a new pathway here, and I'm opening doors and opening pathways for anyone that wants to come through and try this, or anyone, and it became possible. And that was the Supercup final when we walked out onto that field, we were not nervous.
Why not?
We were not nervous because we said, this is our time. This is our time that we were given to show the world that females are here. Yeah. We are the same match officials as anyone that you choose that are the best to do the job. To walk out onto this pitch and go, hey, look, everything is possible now. And that was that moment. And, you know, I still remember it so vividly. And getting messages from all over the world, from all the different leagues going, thank you, because now they get their opportunity in their men's league. And that's what happened.
That must be like
some advertisement offered, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really is like
outrageous. There's a couple of things I want to ask about the Supercup, and I think I'll come to them later on. But like, just on that point of breaking ceilings and creating pathways for others, not even creating, but being a visual for people who want to ref, male and female, right?
Yeah.
To say, wow, first of all, this person's Irish. She's on the global stage. She's done Olympics, blah, blah, blah. Like, what does that give you? Like, does that give... I'm not trying to bring your ego into it, but does that give you, like, a severe sense of pride where you're like, this is better than any money or any drug in the world?
Mm.
Yeah, you said it. The word is pride.
Yeah.
I mean, and the reason why I picked that word out is because every time I put on my jersey outside of Ireland, I was putting on my Ireland jersey. I was representing Ireland. I was representing everybody at home officiating, any referee where I came from, all the way down to the Schoolboys League, all the way to the Wexford League, all the way to the League of Ireland, all the way to UEFA, Europe, FIFA. Any match that I've ever refereed, I refereed it as if it was my own cup final or someone else's cup final, because it was. Yeah. And because that's the stake of every match. And it didn't matter if it was a friendly, it was still someone's cup final, because there's always someone on the pitch trying to fight for their place. So you had to turn up to be the best you can be every single day. And to honestly, like, anytime the national anthems were playing, I was like playing our on in my mind.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, I get
because
that.
I and it's the same. The ritual, it was like, put on your Ireland jersey, walk out.
Yeah,
you know, but I was also putting on my FIFA jersey. I was also putting on my referee's jersey. I was also putting on my team's jersey that, you know, we are a team. We are team one walking out onto this pitch. Yeah. So if I fall, you fall. Yeah. So there was always that too. So we had to be individuals, but we also had to be massive team players. We had to be in teamwork. Because if you weren't, you were given...
Well, it's, what's crazy about it is... And this might sound a bit silly because Michelle, at times I'm a bit silly and stupid.
Not at all, really.
But do you know when you're going out as referees, right? Here's where my mind is. No one's buying a ticket to come see you. So the prestige on that day is the guys who are playing.
Yeah.
Right? So in your mind as a referee, like that must be like because no one's coming to see me, I'm the one that's going to stand out.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I know, and I don't know if there's a question in that, but it
was more of a statement, to be fair.
More of a statement, yeah. But anyway, no. So when we walk off the pitch after the match, when we walk off the pitch, what we want to say and what we do say, well, no one's talking about us today. Yeah. And that's exactly the way you were putting it. Yeah. So we turn up because what's at stake is the team, and it's the football. People come to pay to see football, and we're there to facilitate the game. We're there to make all of players, the priority is the safety of the players, and then to have, you know, let the entertainment of the football play itself
flow. Yeah,
you know,
brilliant,
and let it flow. We're not there to be noticed,
and that's the
point.
We're
not there to be noticed.
Here's my question: is it fair to say the best referee is the ones who aren't noticed?
Yes.
Yeah. Got it eventually.
Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Don't fucking patronise me. Because like there is challenges, obviously, right? And there's no doubt you know, like what are the biggest challenges you would have faced as a female in a predominantly men's orientated part of the game? Like, talk to me about them hurdles that you would have faced and challenges you would have faced on that journey.
Yeah, there's a lot of challenges, a lot of barriers. A lot of name calling, a lot of when I turn up,
from players
heads turning,
crowd.
Like at the start, it was players, at the very start it was players. One time one of the players actually told me I was on the wrong pitch because the women's match is on over that other pitch, and I go, fine, what's your number, or what's your name, or whatever. Thanks very much for telling me that. And then I'd go off, tug off, and then come back on, and he'd look at me and was like, oh, number 7, how are you? No guff off you today. Do you know? But, and then during that time when I was, finding my feet, so to speak, because I'm a total beginner ref at the same time. But, I knew the laws, I knew I was fit. So I came with them to the match. It's like, I'm right beside you can't say nothing, you can't, and then I know my laws of the game. Yeah. So, you have to see everything, and then you're going to get things wrong. And I put my hand up when I got them wrong. And I apologised to the players. I was like, and I was always told, you shouldn't do that. I was like, this is the way I'm doing. This is what I was. This is my way. And there was a grey area of interpretation, and I played with that a little bit. But
do you think players respect you more for that?
Yeah.
If you could say, I'm only human too, I made a mistake.
Yeah, like the first couple of times was like they said awful names to me, and I goes, you just keep saying them because I'm just writing them down here, and the more I write down, the more matches you're going to get. Yeah. So I'd write the reports, go home, write the reports, and then they'd end up getting 7-match bans. I was like, do you keep wanting to get 7-match bans for what you're talking about? Can we not just go and play football? Yeah. So that's how I started out, and it's just like kept doing it. It's like, I'm not here to be shouted at, and going up the ranks then I got a lot more respect. But then it's also making decisions. If you get the correct decisions and, showing that I am here training, I am doing all my work the same as you. I do respect you guys as players, but then after that, then in League of Ireland, there was mostly the crowd, the spectators. Yeah. And the chants and the taunts, and there was nothing in place, you see. Like anyone could shout at the referee, and there was no discipline for them. Do you know? So there was, I think one time I was told to go home and cook the dinner, and I just went, I don't like cooking. Why would I do that? Do you know? And then another time I was just like, oh, go home and watch the soaps. I was like, yeah, you need a bar for your mouth. Do you know? But you couldn't engage. You just had to. You can't react. You had to just take, and it was. Did you learn that as you went along? Just like, you couldn't react. Yeah. You couldn't react. But you just had to listen, and it was very hard. Yeah. So you had to Jesus Christ. So then I developed a technique in order to I called it white noise. So I developed a technique in my training sessions in order to cut it all out, and then be able to focus on what I had to focus on. So, so that was a challenge. And then
talk to me about that. Let's not go past that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that white noise technique. I like the sound of that.
Sound of the ocean when you go to sleep, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's just I wanted to build up my mental resilience and my mental strength. So, I used to put earphones on and just hear crowd noise all the time, and then I had a laptop, and so I was making offside decisions. So
with the noise.
We had a program with the noise.
No
and then
way.
With different cones then and different balls. I had like colours and stuff like that. So I was running in training. Now I've trained on my own. So running in training and doing like getting your heart rate up and everything, and then coming back down, pressing the laptop to see an offside situation. I had 5 seconds to make that while listening to god awful noises of crowds, and so, and then coming up with a different technique of words that I would use in order if I found myself drifting, out of focus, I'd use them to pull myself back in. So there was loads of different things.
Trigger words, like what?
Yeah.
Give me an example of a few of them.
Just say if there was.
Wake up the fuck.
Yeah.
How do you drift in a game? The quieter the game is, or someone miles ahead, or something like that.
If
that you think you might miss a decision because some team is 5-0 up.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
No. It's just like if the game's on the other side of the pitch and I'm on this side, I mean, I don't be thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner that night. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be thinking of, right, you know, I have to follow the game, and then because if they're running across the line, we have to go from 0 to 60, like in seconds.
Yeah.
So
Less.
our sprinting speed is huge in our training sessions. But I'd be focusing on, say, who's playing or what's happening, and I always looked at where the referee wasn't looking, so there wouldn't be anything missed behind the back. Do you know? So, but it was early in the career, as I said, you had to come up with all these, because then later in the career it just automatically came. So muscle memory, do you know? But if you drift away at all, and then the ball crosses the halfway line, then the player crosses, or did the player cross first before the ball? What, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're not focused 100%,
Back to what you said at the start, like if you make one big mistake, that's you gone.
yeah. Yeah, like
it's-
manager in your ear then
Yeah.
shouting at you, and you're like, I can't turn around and talk to you, even though you want me to. I can't, because the ball across the line. So there's a lot of distractions, in, you know, behind you, beside you, even down to the ball kids if they're not placed in the right position, and they happen to play with the ball and come out of, you know, and you see the ball on the side of your peripheral vision, and then you have another ball over here. And that's why I was like, you can't bounce the ball. You know, a ball boy straight opposite you bouncing a ball, and there's another ball coming. So there's loads of different things that you have to learn when you're first.
You think
it goes away after a while, but
what about that on the ball boy thing? What about that new the ActiBall system? You think that's makes it harder for a linesman in order to have the balls ready to go?
And the cones.
Yeah, ready ball. What's it called? ActiBall, ready ball system, whatever it is.
No, it's fine. Like, I mean, once you see again, the referee's still in control if it's gone too fast, or you know, because also make sure the ball is off the pitch, or
of course. Yeah.
Then the player steps on the pitch too early, and you know, so the referee's always in control still. Do you know? Because at the level we're at, you're really fit. You're super fit, like. So
have you ever done fourth official?
Yeah.
I'd say that's different level of correspondence, is it?
Yeah,
as in like with managers and things like that.
And before the game, there's a lot of admin work that you wouldn't know about.
Is there? Yeah.
Yeah, the fourth official does all the admin work.
Oh, the team sheets and
team sheets, all the equipment,
no way.
anything that's wrong.
Coaches too, aren't you?
And then you're standing in between two coaches, and then when
but
the
you
two
can speak to
coaches
them,
hate
right?
each other,
You at that because you're not like officiating. I'm sure you can speak to them.
Yeah,
like I said, that gets a bit dirty, does it? You know, I'd say it's like.
Yeah, it depends on how much engagement you're. It depends on the personality as well. Like, I mean, it depends on how much engagement you want with them.
There's the persona you give off as well, though.
Is
she approachable? Is
there's
she not?
Certain levels,
it's
and
massively.
Then the history of the game. You know, there's so much elements to games, like the history of the game, the rivalry of the two managers.
Where are they in the league?
Yeah, where like the stakes of the game.
Yeah.
Who are these boys that know each other? You know, the temperament, the personality of the manager. So there's a lot of management.
I can't wait to ask about Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
He loved us actually. Yeah, he actually said it to us in the interview. He said beforehand. He said,
Klopp did.
I'm glad it was the three that were picked and no one else. I was like, take that as a compliment. Anytime.
Your preparation for the game is I find that fascinating, the mental side of it. What's the wind down like from a game?
I thought you were going to say, what's the wine like?
Yeah. Are you a drinker? You're a drinker, are you? Right?
No,
you're not. No. What's the kind of
only lately?
Yeah. Oh, really?
I only learned how to. Sure, I've been training for so many years.
Yeah.
The wind down after game. Oh my God, I don't sleep after a game.
I was thinking.
So, do you mean like the example? Say, go back to the Supercup there. The example is we only got off the pitch 1 o'clock in the morning, was it? Do you know? And then because the match we didn't want the match to end. We end up having like extra time penalties and everything.
Yeah.
You know, when you're done and do it right. Yeah, you know. And then it was like 3 o'clock in the morning and you're handed your dinner. I was like, I really can't eat. And then I couldn't sleep at all because I was getting all the messages and you know, and then it was 6 o'clock And I said, "Oh, better go to bed." And then I said, "Nah, it's grand." And I
breakfast
went
time.
out for a run.
Yeah, go away.
Went out for me cool
Istanbul,
down.
right? That was
Yeah, I said the whole crowd's gone home. Let's go for a run, see what Istanbul's like. So I went
Brilliant.
for a recovery jog the next morning,
Brilliant.
same morning, and then home on the next flight. And then I get home and a couple of interviews, but then in 2 days' time I was in Waterford against Cork in the League of Ireland.
No way.
So when you say
Liverpool,
you go
Chelsea.
from Liverpool, Chelsea to Waterford, Cork, I mean,
Yeah.
to us it's a match as well. You know, every match is as important
Approach
as
it the
the
same
next.
way, yeah.
Approach it the
Absolutely.
same
Yeah.
way.
How do you, we'll stay on the Super Cup. Like, you're walking out, that's sold out. What was 100,000 plus?
Yeah.
80,000, 90,000
Oh,
plus?
dear.
I think it was 90.
Istanbul, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
about 80,000. Like, is it deafening?
Yeah.
Like, it's
It's Liverpool fans.
is
Of
it
course
that
it's
loud that you can't even think?
Yeah, it is. And we walked out for the warm up, and the whole crowd was like, the spectators were clapping, and we looked behind us to see which team was coming,
Yeah.
but they were clapping for us.
No.
Were they?
That was the first time ever in my life I got clapped onto a pitch, and then we did the warm up, and then we walked out, and in the Supercup final they have all the cups because
Yeah, yes, it's the Mecca.
but they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the 3 cups, and you're like, and I was like, oh my god, they were so close.
Yeah.
You know, and they were huge. And then the ball kids were there, and they were amazing because they were like special selection and stuff like that, you know. And it's a whole huge thing around, you know, off field as well. And then the match started, blew the whistle. At one stage, I didn't even hear the whistle being blown.
Go ahead.
You know, it was so loud.
Do you go into the dressing room to the teams before, like, say,
No, we don't do that no more.
No.
In the tunnel.
everything's just made in the
Yeah,
tunnel? So
in
team
the
sheets
tunnel.
goes to the fourth official.
Yeah, and then we checked equipment in the tunnel then beforehand, do you know, so, and that's when Klopp shook the hand and said best of luck, and
Oh,
we let them
Lampard,
out.
was it? Was he? No.
Lampard.
Was it Lampard, yeah?
Yeah, Lampard Chelsea got free, yeah.
And then like during the game then if you're on attack, I can't describe you the word the maybe have you ever seen like a swimming meet or like in the Olympics and you,
Can you do it on food terms? I
you know,
I can
on
relate.
food terms.
Have you ever been to an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet? Yes,
I know someone who
Yes,
has.
Michelle, yes, I have.
As you're running down the line and you hear the noise, but it's like the attack of a sound wave going out and in.
All right, okay.
Do you know that like
yeah.
when someone does the breaststroke and you go up out of the
Yeah.
water in the water, it's like whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah.
So you're running down the line and just like whoa, whoa,
Like a 6-year-old with a
yeah.
whistle, right?
Yeah, and it's just, you know, unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
because they're the players in the attack going on down on goal, and I'll never forget because like there was, I was calling an offside, and I knew I was the lane on an attack. Next minute he scored a goal, and I put the flag up. Oh, he's offside. And you know, that's when the crowd goes, whoa,
Yeah.
you know, even louder again.
Yeah.
And then that's when your
What
heart
was
beats
the
like
rule at that
90
time?
mile an hour. We had VAR then, so
Right.
you had to
But it
delay the
wasn't like
flag.
until the player touches the
You
ball.
d-
Like, do you know
no,
the way
the
it's-
player goes on, is on attack south. So when the player gets the ball and I know he's offside, I'll delay
You
the
want flag,
flag.
yeah.
yeah.
And the referee knows, I've already told the referee I'm delaying the flag. And then they score the goal, and then we call the offside. And that minute felt like an hour. Like it just went to eternity. My heart rate was thumping. But I was confident in my decision. The confidence you have to show, you know. And the next minute then I got check complete. And it was correct. But it was only afterwards when I saw it on the playback.
Right.
Oh, it was a toe. It's big toes offside.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So like you
but
can just
you
imagine.
in that moment with that VAR check is
Yeah.
the very same as a player standing over a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the very same situation
Yeah.
in your
Probably more emotional.
Respective
Probably
you,
more
in your-
emotional.
in your-
Yeah.
position
That's
on
a
the field.
good analogy. Actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a player about to take a penalty.
Yeah.
May calm myself down here.
Yeah.
This better be right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strike it properly, or I hope this
Yeah.
decision, or I hope got this flag decision
Yeah.
right. It's the very same thing.
Yeah.
But your job and his job is put the ball in the back of the net, or her job, whatever it is.
There's a couple of billion like watching the match. Like
That's all.
No pressure.
Was that the fastest game you ever involved in?
Yeah, that was a fast one. That was very fast. Yeah, there was like 30 kilometers an hour we ran in that one. The sprinting down the line.
Was it? Yeah. I wouldn't do it in a golf buggy. Tell me this, do you know when you say a flag delay,
Caddyshack beside me.
Does that alert that it's going to go to a check?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me now.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I don't know if you ever seen John Joe Shelby's goal for Newcastle, where he runs through and the man keeps the flag down.
Yeah.
And he scores and he puts up the flag and Shelby's like that.
Yeah.
And it was actually, I think it was the first season, check.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's your like flag delay. Then whatever the outcome of the phase is, you're going. And then that's brilliant.
So we have to delay till the outcome of the match unless it's a goal or a goal kick. You know, so we have to wait till either the attack's finished, the attacking phase is finished. Because if the ball is kicked away by the defender, you know, we'll have to judge then when to give the offside. And you know, so there's so much more. Like I could be here all night about you talking about offside, but you know, there's so much more involved than just putting a flag up or down. It's when to put it. When is the phase finished? When is the attack finished? When is, you know, when we say when it's time to kill the game, because then if we miss that second of opportunity, then the other attack is. Oh, we'll be standing there stupid with a flag up for an offside, and there's nearly a goal down there. Yeah. But then because this lad was offside in the first time, and then now he's offside up here, and then that was the same as, remember, there was a penalty on one side and penalty on the other side. Yeah. Because there was a missed decision. Do you know? So it's timing. It's a lot of timing.
What does a referee clock on average on a game like that?
After that game, our referee Stephanie clocked 18k. Yeah.
Just short of marathon.
Yeah.
What's marathon? 26 miles, is it?
And I did
26 miles, 26.3 miles or something.
30 something kilometres.
I did 10k that game.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, would you see
an average game
a player
would be
coming off
5-6
in the time, and you'd see a fantastic game, 90 minutes. He's after doing 8.9k or 9.2k. There's a referee after doing twice that distance.
Yeah, but that would be a box to box midfielder.
Yeah,
like a centre half or a 9 wouldn't do the same distance a referee or a linesman person would do.
So we do zigzags now. You see, they don't do diagonals anymore.
Or diags gone, are they?
They're like, I mean, you don't. If you think about, if you're just doing diagonals all the time, if you don't come off your diagonal, how can you see between? On the right side,
on the your blind side when you come to the middle of the X, kind of.
Yeah, because like the roles of assistants have gone up so much that we need an angle now as well in order to help with we help with the decisions of the free kicks as well in front of us. And the penalties. So the referee then coming around, and the referee will always try to see between the players. So if you're over there, you won't see between the players on the right side. So you'll see the referee going a zigzag across off the diagonal as well. So, you know,
is that the biggest thing you've done, the 2019 Supercup Final?
2019 was a great year. It's been nice for a bottle of wine, actually. Great year.
I don't know, wouldn't be
go back to that there now. You know, goes well with your steak. But the World Cup, the World Cup final was that year, and to walk out on the stage, that was huge.
Is that the one in Melbourne? That was the one in...
that was in France.
In France,
Lyon.
Yeah, okay.
Because
23 was Australia, right?
Once I became FIFA, that's all I thought about. Like, I became FIFA in 2011, and my first question was like, how do I get to a World Cup?
Wow.
Is that what you said,
yeah? I was laughed at because I was naive, I was young, first year FIFA, only 2 years refereeing. But hey, that was me. I set my goal. Like, World Cup, here I come.
Is that like getting a call up for your country? Been told you're going to World Cup, like?
Yeah. And you know, I didn't stop till I did it. And my first World Cup was actually only 4 years later in 2015. So I was in the Canada World Cup in 2015, and I got all the way to the quarterfinal. And
are you there for the whole World Cup?
Yeah, so you're there till you're knocked out, basically. So you're there like a team. And it was my first World Cup, and there was a mistake made in one of our games.
Okay.
And we got a quarter final, but we didn't do enough to stay. You know, so we were sent home, and then but I mean, you had legends of referees at it. Like, you know, again, I was only a couple of
learning
years.
your trade, sort of, at that level.
I mean, and it was only discovered by FIFA really in 2014. You know, and then within a year, I'm at the World
Brilliant.
Cup, and I remember coming home from there, the quarterfinal, being disappointed, like, but not knowing. Again, naivety sometimes is nice, but coming home going, right, what how can I be the 1% better?
Yeah.
Like, I studied the referees that were there, and I was like, oh, I want to be as fast as them. I could do more training, I could do more weights, I need to do strength training, something that I wouldn't have even thought about doing. You know, so I did speed endurance. You know, I learned so much from that tournament. Came back with so many more tools and desires in my under my hat, and I just went right. And that's when I even made a decision to give up work and go self-employed, so I could be more flexible in order to train more. So I did a lot of giving up in life and sacrifices.
Really? Did you give up? So what would you?
Everything,
what would your employment have been prior to that? What did you work at?
I worked in the leisure centres.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
I was swimming teacher
Brilliant.
and PT trainer. Like,
Big decision,
I still
right?
do PT training now. Like, but yeah, it was a huge decision, because I was after exhausting the time in work as well, but then, I mean, you're spending 8 hours in the pool, and then you have to train, and you're doing it all day, every day. It doesn't. It's not good on the body. So in my background in sport, then, you know, I just knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
So I was able to just go swim teaching and then reduce it down to like 4 or 5 hours a day rather than 8, and then go train and do my matches. Do you know? And yeah,
probably enjoyed the training more than I did you?
Yeah, I did, because I wasn't half as tired. You know, and I was able to do a proper routine every single day. I was able to do proper nutrition.
Probably had to be more strict on yourself, though, right?
Oh, I was so disciplined, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was worth it in the end, though, wasn't it?
My speed even increased so much because I was doing the speed training. Do you know, so
You're
I
full-time
looked
athlete,
at
right?
full-time athlete.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I was saying to you, I train 2 or 3 times a day, because one of the training sessions would be endurance, another one would be strength, another one would be recovery. It was great because I was in the pool, because I did my recovery in the pool anyway. And then you had your weights training, and then you had like your indoor-outdoor sessions, and then all the trots on the beach, and then in the sea, then swimming, and then the ice baths, and you know yourself, like, so you were able to do loads.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, so, and then you know, my goal, 4 years on from that, then 2019.
Some year.
But
So when did you go?
Prior to that
When
was
did you go
2018.
full time?
I was never full time.
But when did you go? Like
I'm from Ireland. You're not a full time referee.
Yeah.
We're amateurs.
Any opportunity to go elsewhere?
No, because you'd have to give up your FIFA badge. So you know, so I wasn't prepared to do that.
So in your I'm just a curious country. In your self-employment, is your main title referee?
No, I was swim teacher.
Oh, so you're okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So then that avenue then let you say, right, well, I can do this in less, and I have more time to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a couple of hats. I was referee, swim teacher.
Did I see somebody do art?
And I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did. I massively. I loved art in school, and was want to go on to do art. But I knew back then I just wanted, like, I did my sport.
Yeah.
But I continued doing my art, keep up my skill.
Yeah.
And it ended up, my art nearly probably saved my life, because it was my switch off from the pressures of refereeing. So
the total opposite,
my escapism,
Picture art is just
it's completely
in a room
opposite.
on your own, looking into a field and drawing something.
Oh, is that what you think art is?
No, what do you mean? Like,
no, I'm only joking.
Yeah, but no, there's different types of it, obviously.
And it was,
it's just you and your work, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's what I did do, because I mean, you're going to all these amazing places all around the world, and I just start drawing them. Do you know? And I was able to switch off for 2-3 hours into my pastels, onto canvas. And, you know, for that couple of hours, I was fine, you know, and it was brilliant, like, because then at the end of it all, and I had this massive body of work. I didn't know what to do with it. And I did my first exhibition back in 2022 after I was in the Women's Euros.
That's brilliant.
And I came back and had my first exhibition, and there's no stopping me now. I keep, you know, I'm still at it, still doing more. And because I'm finished now, I'm in the studio for the first time, so I even totally changed my work and explored more, and you know,
I bet you weren't expecting this, Papa.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I also do now I also do mindset coaching as well. So,
talk to me about that. Now you've just stepped into my world. I fucking love.
You have to get a chocolate.
I love that shit.
Go away, really. Well, you love what I do. You make them down.
I have an IQ of about 7. Do you know what I mean? I find the
Is
mind.
it that high?
Like, first of all, the fact that the brain repairs itself, I find nuts.
Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter what damage is done to your brain, it has the power and ability to repair itself. Yeah. Right? Talk to me about mindset coaching. This isn't a question, lads. This is just, you're after just flicking the match.
Will I go?
Yeah.
Right, so I don't know if you've heard of binaural beats.
No.
And brainwave frequencies. You know, so we work on the frequencies, but this is like first and foremost, it's like coaching and mentoring mindset. Okay, so I've always said that what set me apart from, like, you can train your body, but you have to train your mind. You have to, you know, be resilient. You have to know where you want to go, what you want to do. So it doesn't matter if you're from elite sports athlete to yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was only joking.
No, I was serious. You're spot on.
But, you know, for anybody that is, you know, sometimes your mind your mind gets blocked. You're unable to think. You're unable to see where you want to go, what do you want to do, and you're at a crossroads even, and you want to know which road to take. And through a session with myself, a couple of sessions, we talk you through it, and you have a different topic. Everyone has a different topic.
Yeah.
And we go through it and we'll work it all out, and then I've added a little bonus on the end of the session where I have a vibroacoustic bed at home where it's linked in with sound waves and music of frequency of binaural beats of say about 50 hertz, and you will lie down and kind of visualize and meditate afterwards, after the session, what we're talking about. So then you can like really work into the clarity and the mind, and to really clear it and to unblock. And then we'll work a few of them, and it's. I
looked at a documentary on a frequency thing there about before Christmas, and the different frequencies that are projected in different places. To spoke about pirate radio, right?
Yeah. And
that's the way to kind of explain frequencies. That comes in under a different barrier.
Yeah.
But your mind is the same.
Mm. Yeah.
Like how your mind reacts to frequencies is completely the same. I love the idea of cognitive behaviour.
Yeah.
Like, do you touch on that therapy? Like, do you understand that? Or
yeah, we do a different. Like, I mean, it's so broad that we're doing a couple of. Not we. Don't know why I've said that, because coming from a team. Yeah. So
this is your job now.
Yeah. This is the first time it's been aired because I'm only launching it.
An exclusive.
So it's an exclusive.
Get it out there, Michelle. Get it out there.
Yeah, so it's an absolute exclusive.
I can dance, man.
Idiot.
Yeah,
Who can't dance?
because I'm still doing like the PT sessions, but I'm so like I always searched for the mind. I was like yourself. I did it in college, and I went to WIT, and it was something that I always wanted to get back into. And then through the journey I've been on.
Yeah.
And as I always say, it was my strong mind resilience and my capacity to be able to really just put them all into different sections.
Yeah.
And I said, look, if I'm ever in a position to go and do this again, And I was the last year or so I was able to do extra coaching, mentoring courses and stuff like
Brilliant.
that. So, you know, just always learning. And I said, sometime now I will.
That's
and I
brilliant.
am, because
Yeah.
that's what I do.
What's it called? What's it called? Do you have a name on it, or is it just?
It's, I had Mindscape, but you know, because of my art.
Look, I have a creative
as
background.
well.
Papa's does as well. We can
Yeah.
lash out a few names here now if you want. MON Mind is one that comes
Yeah.
straight away. Do you know that? Yeah, mind yourself.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah. No, that's brilliant. I
Yeah.
genuinely didn't know that. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic, and
Yeah.
I think that is a world that's growing.
Yeah.
And I can foresee
Certainly getting bigger, isn't it? Yeah.
every single club, like I'm talking like from grassroots,
Yeah.
having a mind coach
Yeah.
in the next 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
I think it's becoming that big.
I mean, I'm a true believer even in visualization, because it's what I used to visualize absolutely every single match before I went out and did it. So every time I stepped onto the pitch, I was only going out for a replay. So to the point where in my visualization sessions beforehand, I'd know what colours the team are, I'd know who's playing, I'd know the type of player they are, what kind of tackles were going to happen, the possibilities of the offsides, how were the offsides happening, and then how would I react if I got it correct, how would I react if I didn't get it correct.
Yeah.
So then I was already ready for, like, even to the point where I could even smell the atmosphere.
Brilliant.
You know, to the weather, what was going on.
Yeah.
And then the next day then going out and just go, I don't have to be nervous or anything like that because I'm going out for a replay.
Yeah.
You know, so I changed nerves into excitement then as well. You know, so and it's something that I always
It's a proper
love
way
to
to
do.
approach it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you're not nervous in the middle of it. This is going to be a cracker of a game.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Rather than saying, oh, no, Jesus Christ. You
Yeah.
know, like, it's brilliant.
Did you ever hear the story of the prisoner who broke a course record in golf? So there's a story when it comes to your home of visualization.
Yeah.
A guy who was in prison, and every day he played 18 holes in his mind.
Yeah.
And the day he was released from prison, he went to the golf course. He was playing in his mind. Obviously,
James,
he
are you
broke
in
the
prison,
course.
James?
And he broke the course record. Visualization.
Wow.
Is
Yeah.
visualization the same as manifesting? Is it?
It is and it isn't. Like, manifestation is really more, right, you want something.
It's a result.
You ask for it and you know, you're ready to receive it. So it's just like you're really believing that it's yours already, and
okay.
you're going through life that you're acting the confidence. You don't show it any negativity, so it's very positive. And visualization is really, say, if you have a race, a game, or you visualize, say even if you want to own a brand new car, you know, you visualize your hands on the car. Do you know? So it's really, I always remember it from the Formula Ones and the Olympic athletes. Always visualize before their meets or their games or their race.
Yeah.
And
Watched it
it's
the other day
something,
on Drive to Survive. Lando Norris was laying on a bed.
Yeah.
And just before the race started, he was laying in a bed and he put his beats on wherever it was. And
Yeah.
he had a minute and a half of visualising every corner, every
Were the
time he
binaural
breaks.
beats, were they?
Yes.
No, but the worry, honestly,
Yeah,
I love Formula One. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But geez, what they do to their mind to get it right
Yeah.
before a race, to the wet conditions,
But
the dry conditions, the shit.
It's science. It's science.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
You can't deny it.
you can't deny it, because again, the more you visualize, the more muscle memory you have. Do you know? And the more then body mind works together going forward. I mean, do you know, you can train a horse, but you have to put the horse into the situation what he's going to do. Do you know? So in order to win, you know, so it's like it's really connecting both together, and it's where success comes from.
Do you ever
in
get asked to
whatever
speak
it
to
is.
referees to train up, not up their
question.
game in regards of, but do seminars or something
Like
like
a
that?
workshop?
To say, yeah, like a workshop.
Yeah.
Did you ever get asked to do that? It'd be brilliant
yes.
for referees. Like, but you're after going to the top, like.
Yeah.
Like, I do a lot of public speaking,
Yeah.
so I'm available.
Yeah. Michelle, can we promote ourselves first? We might just skip the queue there. Do you enjoy public speaking? Do you enjoy that side of
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because, again, it's like growing up as a kid. I'll always say the story. People said, what did you dream about when you were a kid? As a 7-year-old, I wanted to be, first of all, I was an athlete. So then obviously I wanted to be an athlete. I represent Ireland in the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And that dream came true in Tokyo.
Talk to me about the Olympics.
Tokyo Olympics, yeah.
Can you squash the Olympic Village rumours?
Come on, ask me.
What's the rumours, Patch?
Squash the bed now or squash the house?
You've often heard rumours of Olympic Village where you're giving out like condoms are free, right? That's the start of it, right?
Yes.
It's basically a free for all. There's a McDonald's on campus. You'd often see Usain Bolt eat a 20 set of chicken nuggets from McDonald's.
Would I?
Like, is any of this true?
So I can't say anything about the Tokyo Olympics because we were on lockdown. So we were in a separate hotel.
Okay.
But I was at the Kazan Olympic Games they were university games in 2013, and I was in the village. I was invited into the village for a day because the referees won't be in with the athletes for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But I was in there for a day, got a day pass, and I walked in and yes, there's McDonald's. Yes, there's Subway. Yes, there's Chinese. But there's also like the healthy juices and the chop
weirdos over there
and the
eating kale,
the sushis. But yeah, and the salads. But it's all there. I mean, and the atmosphere was amazing. It was electric in there, like, you know. And
huge, I'd say.
It's huge. I mean, and everyone. The thing about it is everyone's supporting everybody, and you know, and it's really positive. Like, you know, so it was pretty awesome to experience that, and that was so that was really cool.
Is that did that target of getting to Tokyo? That was the only Olympics done, right? Tokyo.
Yeah.
Did that target? Did that quench your dream? So did that like satisfy you that you were like, as a 7-year-old, this is I'm satisfied now.
Yeah, I mean that was, you know, you talk about your big moments in your career. That was extra special because that was my childhood dream, and that was one of the ones where I cried at. Like, it was top of the list.
How do you separate the emotion from that if it's not something you're chasing so hard?
It's quite difficult, but you have to. You have to like the emotions. You have to pause them. You just have to.
I'm here to do a job first and foremost.
I'm here to do a job, and
it's hard, though, isn't it?
It is hard, but
that's your dream come true.
Yeah. Like, and I remember after the World Cup final, I had to hold emotions in. I was actually crying on the pitch. I had to like not show I was crying on the pitch because it had finished, and the emotions were amazing. And I remember my mother assistant looked at me and says, "Not now." So I was like, pull it back in, and you know. But it's such a proud moment because
you've no doubt.
You know, as I said, like you walk out onto the pitch and you're actually stepping out into your dreams. You know, you're not living them. You're not like dreaming them anymore. You're actually living them. You're walking into them. You know, so it's beyond.
Does it still make you emotional?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a drink of water.
No, I get that because, like, I don't. Sorry, I don't understand it because I've never fulfilled a dream to that level. But I do get it. How that would always carry that. Yeah, but that feeling of because you've reached it, right? It's your Everest.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, there's an amazing feeling, but like everyone has a goal, everyone has a dream, and even if it's a small one, you'll still have a really strong feeling with that. Yeah, and that's how it starts, you know.
Yeah, but I think. Well, like, I love all this stuff, Michelle. I really do, because like someone's dream could be to have a roof over their head.
Yes, exactly. And that's why I said earlier,
a meal under a plate.
And that's why I said earlier.
Do you know what I mean?
I said it to you. The first thing was I was so grateful. Yeah. And privileged to do what I've done. Yeah. You know, and it gave a roof over my head. But like I totally understand, and that's why I never took any minute of my career for granted. Not once.
Yeah.
I never
Are you
put
the only
myself.
Irish referee to officiate at the Olympics?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Only Irish ref. Only second
magic,
second
isn't
to
it?
officiate a World Cup. Am I right in
Yeah,
saying that?
there was a man, Eddie Foley, referees the men's '98 World Cup,
Yeah, no one
and
remembers.
got
Eddie.
to the quarter final,
Yeah,
and that
did
was
he?
it. That was the first and the highest
And you were the next.
at 98, and then I was.
Let's come back from the deepness and enter the shallow side of the pool, right? And give us a bit of crack, because Michelle, I heard a story at the Ballymurphy Dinnerlands, right? Because it was standout moments of you officiating games, and you told one story about Salah. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah.
Tell the people, hit them with it.
Yeah. So Mo Salah was like, doing his thing, and he was like strutting his stuff around the pitch, and he comes running, and he kind of tiny bit got clipped on the side, and he kept running, but his boot went flying. And then it was like one of these players that the boot went flying about halfway back the pitch, and then 1, 2, 3 steps, didn't get anywhere with the ball, so he fell down. And and then it's like he picks up the boot, and he's like, "What? Where's the free kick? What? Look at the boot in his hand." And I goes, "Would you get up, would you? You're getting nothing out of us."
Mo Salah, yeah.
Yeah, well, Salah, yeah.
And then I realised who it was. So I was like, "Oh, sure, look."
Yeah.
But you don't look at it like that.
No,
so
I
does it?
don't. I just look at the colour of what you're wearing and the number on your back.
Yeah.
Do you
Who was
know?
a pest in that game? Was there any pests in that game? Chelsea and Liverpool.
I think Hendricks got a yellow for himself. Yeah, he stood up to Stephanie. Stephanie gave a free kick, and he stood up. He was in disagreement of it, and
Right.
yeah, and she went straight out with the yellow. She was not having any of it. I loved working with Stephanie because
Where's she
she's from
from?
France.
Yeah,
She's not having any of it.
it's
You
good,
know?
strong.
She was Stephanie Frappa. She was nominated afterwards for. She was like twice World Referee of the Year
Wow.
between
Was
men
she?
and women. World Referee of the Year. Let that
Is she
sink in.
still active?
I got like Ireland Referee of the Year. But I got it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
First woman to get it.
Tell me,
Were you the
like,
first to get
what's the story with the languages? How hard is it?
We
do you
all have
know
to
ma-
speak,
do you know
we
many
all
languages?
speak English.
You have to all speak
All the
English.
referees have to have a quality
Right.
English.
That rules us so pop.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Yeah, you speak Irish. Sometimes I'm told I've been out in tournaments. Here's a funny one for you. Sometimes out in tournaments, I'd speak the way we normally speak,
Yeah.
and you're fast and you've slang. The first day or two I get to a tournament. Tournaments are about 30 days long. If you get to a
It's a month.
tournament, first 2 days, I was like, "Michelle, slow down. Speak English." So I then have to remember to go out and speak my English,
Yeah.
because
a bit of dictation on it.
and slowly.
Yeah.
Because I remember I got excited in one of the games, and the first few times I was the first time I worked with Stephanie was in the World Cup Under-20s in 2018, and I knew she was like, no, I worked with her in 2012 that final, but then 7 years on, and then we worked together again, and I was so happy because I knew what the quality of referee she was, but she was scary because she was so strict, and you had to be. She was the fittest than any man I've ever seen in my life. Fittest referee on the planet, and so I was like, I have to up my game here, and I remember running down. We were playing. Oh no, I wasn't playing. Colombia were playing against Brazil, and the next minute there was a goal kick, and one of them hit the other one with an elbow because she just felt presence on her back, and she just swung out with the elbow, and I was like, did nobody else see this? So I was like, yellow card, somebody stop the game, stop the game.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, Michelle, slow down. And I was like, okay, what's happening? I said, stop the game,
Yeah.
need a yellow card for number 10. where is she? I was like, she's behind you. It was one of those moments, but it was, you know, my first time I was working with her again, and I was like all tongue tied and excited, and then because you saw something behind off the ball, you know, that normally wouldn't be picked up. They're the type of decisions that you get the bonus for, and from that day on, then I always remember to slow down, speak English clearly, you know, with direction, and we went on to, that was when I first got my first World Cup final medal, was in the under-20s in 2018.
Do you remember the clip with Kalina?
Yeah.
Where the Czech Republic player, and he was
from West
separating
Ham.
him. What happened now if referee did that to a player? Remember what he done?
Gives him the fist.
Oh,
Yeah, but he told him he touched the player.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to touch the referee.
yeah.
But he was like, but he was in total control of the situation.
Yeah.
He was like,
Clean
I
was
know,
different level.
but he
though,
was
wasn't
just
Kalina was different.
different
He
grade.
was our boss now.
Yeah.
Yeah, in FIFA,
Yeah.
amazing, scary.
Tell me this: is it financially rewarding?
Was he? Yeah.
He was very scary. I'd answer that in a second,
Yeah,
but
go for it.
the first time we were doing a seminar, and we were out in
I think he was.
we were out in
brilliant.
Doha actually, and we were doing the Ascar Cup. So you had the under 23s of the teams of Roma, and you know you had Real Madrid, all the men players, like, and
Brilliant.
so we were using VAR and everything. So we had amazing players there. But we went in for the first day of the seminar, and of course my name's in the front row, and I was like, oh no. So sitting down, and next minute something went wrong, and he banged the table in front of me. I left up off the seat. I just went bang, and I just went, I didn't do it. and he couldn't do nothing but laugh. Do you know?
Yeah.
And I was just
But
like,
he has a
oh
presence
my
about him,
God.
hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's big man though, right?
Yeah.
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 I remember watching
I
that
know.
clip. I loved it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's
But
just,
you
I
couldn't
just
do that
loved it.
nowadays.
No.
Them
But,
competitions there are the guinea pigs for like to do rules, aren't they?
Yeah. So we were working a lot on VAR back then. That was
Yeah.
2018, you see.
Yeah.
So we're doing a lot of VAR work on that,
Yeah.
and then, and they get great matches, you see. Do you know? And you know they're very difficult tournaments because you fitness tests all the time. You're training every day, and then you could have a match in the evening.
Yeah.
So you know there's a lot going on. Then you've classroom work.
Yeah.
So they're very, very tiring. Like, you know, you basically eat, breathe, sleep, dream football
Yeah.
for 30 days. You know,
Love that.
it's amazing. It's insane.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. You needed a few switch offs, but you can't go out and about because you have to be back. You might have an hour off, 2 hours off, and then you just all you want to do is sleep.
Yeah.
You know, and then some of us were actually doing, well, me and Stephanie, a lot of the times doing extra trainings just to get the edge.
It's probably your
you know?
it's probably your wind down as well, though, right?
Yeah.
Like it's probably you're like, oh, I'm just going to go for a run here just to focus for a
yeah.
minute here or whatever.
Yeah.
I know I asked you, I'll repeat. Is it financially rewarding?
It's like you wouldn't give up work for it, like.
Gotcha.
You know, if you were from a different country in a bigger league, I mean they're fully professionals.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you
and
think,
they get
that hindered
salaries,
you,
like.
Shell?
I mean, there's a couple of years there where you could have done with extra, like, and stuff
Yeah,
like
gotcha.
that, you know. But when you're up in FIFA level, then it's great because it's all expenses paid, so it doesn't cost anything. Do you know, and you come back with a load of gear to give away. to
Business
people and
class.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that. My very last flight actually coming home, very last tournament was in Australia 2023 World Cup, and got, as I said, to the third place final in that, back-to-back finals. Amazing.
Brilliant.
Who was in that?
It was Australia and Sweden.
In Australia.
In Australia. Oh, amazing match. And sure, the whole of Australia was there, like. But coming home from that tournament then, and I was running from one flight to another. I only had 40 minutes from when you land to get to the next one across, and you know yourself, and you're
Been there.
running and I put the ticket up there and I was like, did I make it? Because there's no one around.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh no, I missed.
Yeah.
And then I put the ticket up and says, yeah, you made it, but they're all upstairs and they'll be down in a minute. You know, you're early. And he ripped up the ticket. And I was like, what's happening? And he gave me back a ticket and I went, oh, I must have been first. I read it and it was just, I must have been first. So and then I walked in and your one goes, no, that's you're in first class.
You're going left. You're not going right.
I was bumped up.
Yeah.
For no particular reason, just it, and I was just like, "You're kidding me!"
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was like, "Wow,
Different gravy, isn't it?
oh, that's unreal."
I
I knew it was my last flight. I would have like went to town on the minivan.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm joking.
No, listen.
Yeah, sure
I was
would.
wrecked at that stage. Then
I've had
I
a
know,
bump
it's
up moment
amazing.
as well now on honeymoon, and yeah, it's put it this way, it's very hard to travel any other way. Yeah, fucking impossible.
pod bed.
Yeah,
Pod
man, it's
it's
ridiculous.
unreal.
Like that.
Yeah.
What's going on here? You're in the Slazenger wife beater and Reebok Classics. You're so up place.
Like Brad Nesbitt sitting on the plane.
Hey man, what's an hors d'oeuvres? Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But sure, look, it's
That was the best
it's
8-hour
brilliant.
flight I've ever had.
Yeah, I know.
I'd say that.
The Olympics 23, I suppose we can't go past that without saying that. Must have been more proud of the fact that Ireland were in it.
The World Cup,
Yeah.
yeah. So
What did I say? Olympics.
Yeah.
Sorry, don't mind me.
So you go back to 2018 and you're going through then the blip year, you know, and then we were going back and you're like, do I go again? And then you have, you know, we went to the Euros. And it was then when you kind of knew these Ireland are really
Close.
close. They were so missed out on the Euros. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But again, it gave them that fire. It gave them that fire. And you see, I've been at a lot of the Ireland games. I go to a lot of them. Love it.
Are you're actually a fan, right?
Yeah,
You're a proper fan.
Obviously. And then when it came to the qualifiers and I got qualified, it was probably one of the amazing, like I didn't know I was qualified till you don't know because you're on a list. You're always on a list 3 years time, 3 years, and you have to like do all your tests, get, you know, again, pass everything, do all the games, be consistent. And then we see with COVID, we changed teams, everyone, because they were trying to get like all the French together and all the others together. So you had pockets. So then big change in team. So I had a new team. And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, you know. But then when I got qualified, when I got the letter saying, "Oh, got selected for the World Cup again," and then a couple of weeks later was Ireland's last game, and I was just like praying in the stands, you know, and they won, and it was just a surreal moment to know that they were qualified, but we didn't know where we were going to base, what was going to happen, where we're going to be. Was I on a match? And it happened it was actually, I think it was July the 20th, wasn't it? Which is my birthday. And so we were out. We were actually staying in the Olympic Village in Sydney. And that's where Ireland's first game was. And I wasn't on a match, wasn't selected that week for the match. And I was secretly happy for the first time ever because I knew I was not going to miss that first moment.
Yeah.
That Ireland,
as a fan,
to hear the national anthem, the Irish national anthem in a stadium in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Well, you said earlier on when the other national anthems we were playing, you were playing around the Veen in your head. Now you're getting to hear it.
Like we were all the referees. We got a ticket.
Brilliant feeling.
And I was like cheering and crying. I was crying. And everyone was looking at me going, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, "You don't know." Yeah. So that was a proud moment, and the girls did so amazing, and they should be so proud of themselves. Like
they'll get back though, right? There's plenty. Like you even look at the Women's League of Ireland. Like it's a really good level.
Yeah.
Getting stronger every year, Podge, isn't it?
It's really good level. Like there's some serious players. In that Women's League of Ireland.
It's unbelievable because back in 2011 when it started, again, it was early in my career, but I ended up getting to referee that first game in Wexford Park, Ferry Carrick Park, and that's another amazing moment.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of see that where women's football was going, and from then to now, you're I don't even tell me how many years ago that was, but like it's amazing. Like
It's
you can
not
see
5.
the level.
Yeah,
But there's a player, Kylie Murphy, and
We
she
had her
was
on.
on. Oh really?
Yeah, she's from the
She
same
like-
village as us, Beecher, yeah.
Do you know I would have, and you know Nicola Sinnott.
Yeah.
Like I would have played with her with Wexford.
Yeah.
Do you know she's only retired now?
Just last week, right?
Just last
yeah,
week.
yeah, seen that
I
announcement
played
as well,
with
yeah.
her and against her in my
Yeah,
own
good
league,
player.
and then refereeing them. So to see the development of
Kylie's
women's
good, isn't she?
football, oh, it's amazing.
Still playing, still
She's
captain.
still playing.
She's been captain
She's amazing.
every single year for Wexford Youths.
And the thing is, if you ask any other referee, they'll say, "Oh, I don't like Kylie," or "It's a difficult player," or whatever. I freaking love her.
Yeah.
I'll walk onto the pitch. She knows what I'm about. I know
Yeah.
what she's
yeah,
about.
yeah.
And you know,
You do your
and-
job, I'll do mine.
And again,
Yeah.
I'd go up and talk to her, say what it is, or she'd come up and ask me,
Yeah.
and I never had a problem with her
She's a winner. though.
Ever.
Yeah.
because I see the determination,
Mm.
I see the skill she has, the team player and the captain. I mean, she's not she's captain for a reason. Do you know?
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned her because I was going to
Captain
say
for a reason.
Brilliant, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and that's one standout player in the women's
Yeah.
league would be her for me.
why
She
retire?
should have played for Ireland.
Yeah.
anyway.
But,
But
did you hear her podcast though?
No,
Go back.
I'll rewind.
Papa sticks it to her 3 or 4 times on the fact that she never got an Irish cap.
Poor Kylie, yeah.
Poor old
It's
Kylie.
hard running.
Why retire?
I got some grief over it. And I was only less than Kylie, she knows that.
There's nothing else I can achieve. I've set out
You've done
to.
it.
I've done it. I've done everything I could possibly do, and it was starting to go again. And you know, and I always said, if the day comes and I can honestly say, hand on heart, if I retire tomorrow, I'm very happy with my career. Like I can't do any more.
And that's, do you know what it is, Michelle? That's the biggest reward
Yeah.
you can ever have, is to
Yeah.
have that mindset. Because there is an expiry date to the role you're doing.
Yeah.
And you can't do it forever. As much as a player can't do it forever, a manager can't do it forever, a coach
Yeah.
can't do it forever.
And to know when
No, you
the
have it.
time is the
Yeah.
best ever.
Yeah.
Now, it's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard to make that decision, and it's hard to have the what ifs or can I go another one? But I've always made the decision, and I'm sticking with it. I stuck with it. Like when it comes to the point, I'll know it, and that's it. You know.
How do you fill the space, fill the void?
With my other hats,
Yeah.
my artists and my PT, personal training, sessions, and I'm launching my new mindset coaching. And,
Yeah. Mind yourself.
You know.
TM. Yeah,
You know,
this,
so-
I get the vibe that you're the kind of person that needs something anyway, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you sit at home watch Netflix all day, like.
No.
Yeah.
No, just at night time.
Yeah. That's, yeah.
No,
Sure, that's
sorry.
law. Who does it? Sure, that's law. Sure, we all do that.
No,
That's
and
law.
I actually write a lot of poems
Oh,
and
brilliant.
poetry.
What?
Tell me you have one on
Onion.
Podge. Has she got one on you?
Not a poem, I
Oh,
wouldn't think so.
I have. I just recently done one last Friday night. We did a collaboration piece with a singer, and the musician did the music, and I did my poetry, and yeah, and I've just come off a drama play.
You were telling me that,
Yeah,
how
so-
did that run for you? All
Oh, it
right.
went amazing. I
Yeah.
was actually robot. So
You were a
it's
robot.
great.
Go ahead. What was it? What was the
Um,
production?
Yeah, so it's amazing. It was Ashland Theatre, and it was the Eamon Colfer. You probably know his brother Owen, Artemis Fowl.
Okay, yeah.
So he did an amazing drama play back in October called The Mercy Seat, and then this is the second one of hopefully a 3-part.
Big production, yeah.
Yeah, so it was a 1-man act, but there was 3 of us involved. So we have like basically the actor was Josh, and it was an older guy, and he had lost his wife, and the government was giving them robots to make they're programmed to have conversations and motion sensitive, so they follow him. So they try to interact with this robot, and
Fucking hell.
so it's the future, isn't it?
Yeah.
So one guy was doing another up and coming amazing actor, Owen Kirby, and he was doing the voice, but I was doing the mechanics of the robot.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So we ran for 3 nights, and it was very
Jesus,
very good.
I tell you one thing, let me short a few bobby for fingered every pie. Painter, actor, ref, sports person, PT, swim instructor, mind coach, cognitive behavioural therapy expert. Ridiculous.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I just need the people to come to me now.
They will.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, look, you've the neck cast wide enough anyway, so I'm sure you'll catch a few. But listen, I think we could go on and on and on. Papa, do you have anything?
No, I've been honest. I met Michelle for the first time at the Ballymurphy dinner dance.
That was amazing night.
It was a great
Thanks
night.
for the invite.
Yeah, it was.
It's brilliant.
To hear your answers that night, I was like, get her on the fucking podcast straight away. Yeah, and it was brilliant, and you didn't let us down. It was fantastic. But I think it was to take anything of all the things you said. I'd say your approach to the Supercup game, to say, not nervous. This is our chance to show exactly what we're about. I'd say that's the one snippet I take of anything you've said, and you've done amazingly well, and well done.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No, well done. You fully deserved you fulfilled your dreams, as a fella would say.
Yeah. On to the next chapter, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sure. Every art gallery and every theatre in the country be full. But that's
sketching us for being the front window. I mean,
I think it's brilliant to have the flexibility to be able to go down all these avenues. And clearly, if you're getting jobs in theatre and exhibitions, you're clearly good at them, right? So it's not a case where it's a master of, or a jack of all trades. It's clearly that you're like, well, this girl's actually good at these things, So
very
I don't think
determined
you'll ever be
person,
short anyway.
I am, yeah. But again, it comes back to, knowing what you can do and doing it with the best of your ability,
right?
And again, mindset,
Yeah,
and just giving it all. But it all, and you balance that with pure passion and love for what you do. You're getting me emotional now again.
I love it. I love a bit of emotion. I see passion as the seasoning to all good mind.
On a power ballad, he
mindsets.
starts crying.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want me? I'll read you one of my poems there now and I'll have you crying.
Do you have any poems?
I have them all, sure.
Give us one there.
It's the digital age.
Give us one.
Give us a poem.
The whole hand splash.
No, Papa, we won't hold hands. I told you before, never hold your hand again.
What do you mean again? Walking around Vegas holding hands with me, so you were.
Well, I'll do the one that I said the other night, actually, because it's the most recent.
Hit me with.
And it's basically about, kind of letting go of things, but also collaborating with others. And it can have 2 different meanings in life. It's like letting go of one, of course, crossroads I'm in, and then moving on, but also being open-minded. Anyway, here it is.
Go.
Letting go is hard, I know. Break yourself free to be the creativity, as your heart will forever sing. Still your mind and let it begin. Imperfections and fears clog most of our gears. Our vulnerabilities and doubts send us spinning in roundabouts. Open up to collaborations. Most learnings are through conversations. Connecting with like-minded people. Sparks fly, but we're all equal. Accepting change is brave. Keep the faith. Merge the 2, it's just me and you. Let's create together, the band will be forever. We are all so unique, sharing our critique. The fun is in the process. The growth is the success. The growth is your success. The growth is our success. Let go,
Brilliant.
Thanks.
Accepting change is brave.
Yeah.
That's my next tattoo. I'm only joking, I don't have any tattoos.
Very good, yeah.
Michelle, that's absolutely fantastic, and that's something I never thought we'd be speaking about, to be honest with you.
No.
You're
a doctor last
genuinely,
week.
you're a real life onion. You've that many layers now. To be honest with you. Papa, let's do the fixtures, and then we'll. I don't know again. Oh man, I'm so crap at technology. I don't know how we're doing this every week.
You're not great, no, in fairness.
Yeah, brutal. Thanks for your help, Bill.
You need a buddy.
This is me taking a close look.
There's games Thursday. Yeah.
Hurry up there, will you?
There's games Thursday night, Pop, at 30th of March.
See that.
We have Kilree versus Ballymurphy in the Cup, and we have Vale versus Dolman in the Cup. There'll be two good games. Clesham versus Crit Yard in the Cup as well, Friday night. Saturday, Hanover Youths out against Suncroft in the last 16 of the Youths Cup.
Put off 2 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
be a good game.
Best luck to them. That Bagnallstown versus Feeks in the in the Youths Cup Division 1. Vale Wanderers versus Bagnallstown in the Youths Cup Division 2. That is a semi-final. So is the Feeks match. In the Girls 18s League, Nurney Villa versus Ballymurphy. Vale Wanderers versus Feeks in the Carlow Cup on Saturday. Feeks versus Bottinglass. Pats A versus Pats B. War. And Burn Celtic versus Stanley Rovers. Saturday. You're playing Parkville in the Cup. What do you think?
Sure. Two of them coming off 2 bad results last week, ain't it? Well, 2 losses, not bad results, but
I don't know. That could be.
could be a good game. There's nothing in between the two teams, you know. So
North End.
Let's see.
Big club, Michelle. Right, you're into the world.
Yeah, they have a lot of ex-league wearing
Super
players.
win at the weekend. Bet Michaels.
Yeah.
Again, another team I used to love refereeing. A
North End.
lot of people, like, they're don't like going up there, but I love it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Their approach to the game, and they're professional with their approach again as well. And it's gone in there, but they are a tough team.
Yeah, we had John on here who was over for 31 years, like John Goggin, and he
Imagine I'm missing it. I thought it'd be at 2, but it's at 11, isn't it?
It's at 11, yeah. I'm in Spain playing a bit of golf this weekend, Papa.
We'll talk about that in 3 weeks, Patch.
And then we have, you will, when you're off to Augusta, you cunt. Newark B versus Castle Rangers, Wolfhill versus Nurney in Division 3, Hanover B versus Bagnallstown B, same division, and then on the Sunday, Ballymurphy versus Vale, Parkville versus Nurney, New Park versus Crit Yard. That is also the Ladies' League, and then that brings us on to the following week. Michelle, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks a million.
Absolute pleasure.
No matter what you do, I think you're going to be successful. Don't take that as gospel, because I've often been wrong. But what I will say is absolutely fantastic story, insights into refereeing, like poetry, acting. It's absolutely brilliant. And thanks so much for coming on. And I really appreciate your time. I genuinely do. And if we can help you with anything, give Papa a show.
That was a pleasure, and wish you guys ever success as well. Thanks a million.
Thanks
you,
very
Michelle.
much.
Pleasure, yeah.
St. Pat's 50th anniversary dinner dance, 21st of March. Tickets are on sale. They're nearly sold out. You want to be contacting them before Thursday if you want to go. It's open to all comers. It's a celebration for the community and the Carlow League in general. Contact the socials or contact someone on the committee. They'll definitely be gone, so get in before Thursday. That's it for this episode, lads. Thanks once again for all the support. It's extremely humbling. Our giveaway is still open, so make sure that you enter. The details are on the socials. The draw is going to take place on the 18th. Yeah. And a massive thanks to Paddy and James from Ampifi. What a fantastic facility this is. And as always, Papa, it's not my podcast.
Not my podcast.
It's Carlow Soccer's podcast. It's your podcast. Good luck and God bless.
Thank you, guys.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Michelle.
That's full time on this episode of the How Is He podcast. Available on all podcasting platforms. Find us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter/X. Proudly sponsored by Curra Sports. For more information, contact Shane@currasports.com or check out their website, currasports.com.